So the thing is that a lot of people talk about consistency, but what they do not realize is that consistency is all about building speed and intensity. Is all about helping you to build that. If you have no speed and no intensity, you're not going to be successful. It's just as it is. At least in business, you're going to realize that it does happens like that. It's super funny. Of course, there's a spectrum here, and I want to explain this in a little bit more depth so you can actually benefit. So stick around, and I'll show you exactly how. But like I was saying, the main thing is that when we get consistent at something, the whole idea is that we are doing this every single day, or at least like with a lot enough frequency that at some point we're going to tap into a flow state because we have developed enough skill with this thing, because our skills are at the same level of the challenge that we're facing, or the challenge that we're facing is a little bit beyond our level of skill, and then we need to, become a little bit better and just like stretch ourselves. And that's when we are melt basically our whole attention melts with the task that we are engaging with. We're like completely absorbed by it, and we have no thoughts. And that's when you tap into flow state, which is kind of like peak human experience, right? If you haven't experienced it, bro, like, you're missing out. But anyways, so the main thing is the following. Consistency is designed to develop that, to get you into that flow state, and that flow state you don't want to get out of it. So that's the whole point. You get super intense, and you have a lot of speed, because with that intensity comes speed at the same time. I want to bring this down to earth, so I'm going to give you an example for myself. I do organic engagement on school. So that's basically me making comments and getting people from the comments to the DMs with me, or to my school community and to the DMs with me and all that stuff, in order for me to schedule a sales call with them, because I have a high ticket course, right, in which I help self-improvement coaches to go from 0 to 10K per month in 42 days, or they don't pay, with my reverse engineer 10K method, right? Something like that. There's actually my school community is all about that. It's about helping people to become self-improvement coaches and all this stuff. Super fucking cool. It's all about self-improvement, so it's just like amazing. So you should check it out. It's for free. It's free for now. Anyways, like I was saying, speed and intensity are the things that are going to actually make you successful. If I know, for example, that by doing 50 value comments, I get one sales call schedule in a day, right? And 50 value comments take me like 6 hours, maybe 5 hours, maybe something like that. All I have to do is sustain the quality and do them faster, and try to get to 100, because then I will be scheduling like 2 sales calls per day. Schedule 2 sales calls per day, that's 60 sales calls in 1 month. With 30 sales calls, I'm closing, let's say a 10% closing ratio. I'm closing 3 high ticket clients out of 30. That's a lot of money. Like that's a lot of money. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much, because I don't want you to know like my price, the price of my program yet. It's a sales thing, so never mind about that right now. But it's a high ticket sales thing. So basically, if you tell the price of your program before somebody jumps on a sales call with you, and you show them actually the value of the program, then people are going to may anchor the value of the program to the price, instead of anchoring it to the actual value of the thing that it delivers, right? Of the thing that is helping you achieve. So that's why usually we, on high ticket sales, we never say the price, but never mind. So let's like I was saying, that's 3 clients. I have 60 sales calls. That's on average double of that. That's 6 clients per month. And that's double the income. So if you want to grow, but the funny thing is that if I'm just like saying that, yeah, I'm just going to be consistent, and I stay complacent at that level. Let's say I'm not even making 50 comments per value comments per month per day, right? Let's say I'm doing only 10, because I might as well do something instead of not doing anything. And if I'm just like super burnout or whatever, right? And I'm just super tired and I'm super lazy and I'm overstimulated or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like smoking and drinking or whatever. I don't drink, but if I'm doing stuff that is super stimulating, guess let's say I'm having like a shitload of casual sex and the girls, or I have also a girlfriend or whatever, and I'm just chilling and watching Netflix with her and some bullshit like that. Guess what? I'm going to be so overstimulated that I'm not going to feel like doing this shit, and it's going to be harder to do, right? So that's when usually you lean into, no matter what, do your self-improvement routine, work out, read, meditate, even if you have to drop the bar to success low enough so you can hit it consistently every day. If you're kind of like in a rut and all that stuff, do that, right? That's the main thing. You go and do that, and then what happens is that you start developing consistency again, and then you have been doing like the bare minimum, let's say 10 push-ups every single day for the past 10 days, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I might as well do 20, 30, 40, and one day you're doing 100 push-ups every single day, and you have been doing that for 10, 20 days, and all of a sudden you're doing 300, because all of a sudden you get more and more consistent. Not just consistent, you get more intense at the activity because you are repeating it so much. So you're way too familiar with it and you're starting to enjoy it more and more because you're getting better at it. And that's the thing. The same thing with like the value comments. But this is the funny thing. If I do 10 push-ups every single day, it's better than if I don't do anything, right? But still, I'm not going to make any progress. If I just stay there and I do that for 1 year straight, guess what? I'm not going to develop chest. I'm not going to develop like the tricep thing and stuff. So what am I fucking doing? That's the thing. You need to develop speed and intensity. And you need to stop being afraid of burnout. The burnout that you're feeling is overstimulation. It's overstimulation that you're getting from a bunch of other things that are more fun than the thing that you're doing. When you remove all those things, and of course, I know it's going to be hard to remove them and all that stuff, but this is the thing. When you wake up in the morning, start extending the time that you go without doing the bad habits. And focus on, first of all, doing your bare minimum, lowering the bar to success low enough so you can hit it consistently every day, and doing your bare minimum of your 3 to 4 holistic self-improvement habits, like the main things, right? So you wake up, you read, you meditate, you do your gratitude journaling. That's just like, I wouldn't consider that separate to meditation. To me, it's habit stacking. So meditation for the soul, reading for the mind, and working out for the body. And after you do those 3 things, it doesn't matter if you're doing only 10 push-ups at the beginning, like the first couple of weeks, it's fine. But you need to step up your game and start leaning just beyond your edge, right? You need to keep doing more and more of that. And you need to develop that speed and intensity, or you're never going to make progress. But this is the thing, like I said, start by doing that. And you're just doing like 10 push-ups. You're just reading 2 pages of a book. And I fucking promise you that at some point you're going to get caught up in a book. At some point you're going to get caught up in a random part of fitness. You're going to get caught up in like CrossFit, or you're really going to enjoy like chest press and you really want to develop like a better chest or like better triceps or whatever, or better biceps. Or you really get caught up on a calisthenics kind of like trick that you want to do or something, and then you're going to practice and practice and practice, and you're going to develop that intensity. You're going to become so much better at that skill, because you're going to be having fun. You're going to have this goal which is intrinsic within the activity itself. So you're going to enjoy the activity, and you're going to tap into flow state and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Speed and intensity and consistency, kind of like those three elements are super important, and I want to really drill down into those things. So join my self-improvement community. Is for self-improvement coaches, but if you're advanced enough in self-improvement, you are ready to become a self-improvement coach. And level 2, like Hamza says, level 2 of self-improvement is making money. And he's right. You have to start making money at some point. It's what always going to happen when you are into self-improvement for long enough. You develop your body, mind, and soul. You're feeling way better mental health, better peace, inner peace, and all this stuff. At the same time, more resolution, more mental strength, more knowledge, better body, and all this stuff, right? Guess what? What is missing? Fucking money, motherfucker. That's the thing that is just actually going to allow you to do a lot of other things. It's going to give you freedom to travel the world. It's going to give you the opportunity to retire your parents. It's going to give you the opportunity to help your friends. It's going to give you the opportunity to have options. It's not just about materialistic stuff. It's not just about like the fast bike and all that shit. It's also nice, and there's nothing wrong with wanting that or even pursuing that. It's going to help you. Having goals is always good. Even if the goals seem shallow, they are not really shallow. They are, I'll talk about that in another video. Delusion backed up just by words is just illusion, but delusion backed up by relentless action, that's called faith, brother. Remember, duty, honor, and pride. I'll see you in the next one.